We are Steven and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. Steve and Jill here.
hi.
Welcome to the Land Academy Show, entertaining land investment talk. I'm Steven Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, broadcasting from sunny Southern California.
Today, Jill and I talk about how drive-up access is more important than ever right now. And we said it yesterday just a little bit, and Jill, in perfect form, I put her on the spot, tried to trick her, and in perfect form, I said, why? Why is this drive-up access situation more important now than ever? And she said, okay, go ahead.
We have a different group of buyers now that are looking at land.
Yeah. We can back it up with personal experience, tons of personal experience right now. Mm-hmm. People are flocking to rural areas.
That would have never considered it before.
That's right.
That's what's so cool.
Before we get into it, let's take a question posted by one of our members on the landinvestors.com online community. It's free.
Rebecca wrote, "Hi, Land Academy. I have a lot with a storage shed on it. When I send a purchase agreement, does a contract have to include any info on the shed?"
No.
Yeah.
Is it good to have stuff on the property when you buy it, or bad?
Great.
It's great.
Anything on the property, aside from an old refrigerator, a stacked up, thing like that. But for like stuff like this, any kind of a structure, we love. Even if it's an old, rundown mobile home, you get excited about those especially. Love it.
Jill and I are launching a mobile home empire this month, actually, based on the recession times. And we're going to also launch, not really super soon, but shortly, as part of the House Academy program, Mobile Academy. Having anything on your property that sets it apart from everything else that's on the internet next to it is great. And second of all, if it's tenantable in any way, even a detached mobile home, it's a really, really, really good thing.
Mm-hmm. It shows you a couple things are the utilities are already there, shows you what's possible, and it just stands out. We at times have done things to properties like that just to make them stand out. Mm-hmm. So none of that's crazy. I think it's the greatest thing. So that's great. But her question is, do I need to put it in the purchase agreement? No, you don't. It naturally conveys with the land. It's like you hear of people buying houses and they opened up the garage and there was like a bunch of junk in it, and they went through and said, oh my gosh, there was a cool classic car in an outer shed under a tarp. Yay, I won, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfect example. So the car's in the garage, probably everybody's deceased. Do I write it in the contract? No, you're going to have to go through a whole thing with the DMV. It's a whole separate thing. If you want to get real technical about this storage shed, you should have a bill of sale, but it's not even worth the time to do the paperwork. Mm-hmm. I would just have a conversation. Well, I wouldn't. Jill would. Yeah. Have a conversation with the seller that says, there's a shed on the property. You're not going to remove it, are you? Oh, no, I don't even know what's in there. There could be anything in there. I have no idea. I just want to get rid of it. That's what they're going to say.
Exactly. Okay, perfect.
Then make sure you take great pictures and tell some story about it.
Yeah.
It'll sell fast.
Hang some cute curtains. Hopefully it's probably like it's a dusty mess inside, but put some cute red checkered curtains in it and shoot some great pictures, and that's all you need.
I'll tell you what, along these lines.
And a new doormat, a floor mat.
If you have property, especially out west, that's got a clearing or it's clear, it's not crazy at all to go buy the worst, cheapest RV you can find. Oh. And just make sure the zoning provides for this, right. And make sure it's not in a ghetto type area where it's going to get vandalized, and put it on the lot, take pictures of it and sell. This is your answer to the virus. You're going to sell it that week.
It's true.
We have never done the RV thing. We've done the mobile home thing, detached mobile with no utilities or anything. Just drop it on there, and it just sells that day. So we just got to make sure the numbers make sense. And you also have to explain very clearly, not me, Jill has to explain it.
You love how he does this? It sounds like I'm your assistant.
Jill, hey, by the way, Jill has way more money than I do.
Oh, okay. Thanks. It's so funny.
I just have a little
because I earned it.
I have a little bit more free time. That's it.
Yeah.
you really need to explain it. We're all big, huge fan of telling the truth here. Just if you're going to drop a mobile home from the 60s on a piece of property, say that.
Yeah, I'm not sure anything works.
Yeah, everything's detached. It's not attached. There's no utilities. It probably needs a septic system. I don't really know. I don't care.
I found it.
Yeah,
I found it, pulled it over.
Or an RV, same thing. We got it there, but the tank, the stuff the tanks could be full. I don't know. That's how bad it could be. Expect the worst when you go out there.
That's so funny. That is not how to get a girl.
I know.
Expect the worst.
Yep. I say these things knowing full well that I already got the girl.
Okay.
And so there's a little bit of leeway there, but not a lot. Like if it's 3 comments in a row from me, then she's out. She'll walk off the stage.
Yep, that's true.
Drive up access. We're all set.
Today's topic?
No. Today's topic, drive up access is more important than now than ever. This is the meat of the show. Why? Well, we kind of answered it in this question. If you have drive up access, particularly with state road or county road, drive up access, which is all maintained, and you drop something
Meaning paved.
Paved, it could be a lot of places.
Like be real specific, if you would.
Paved is better.
Okay.
In a lot of cases. In some cases, even now, especially now, people don't want to have that good of an access. They want to get to their property, but not everybody else. They want everybody else to not get to their property. So, especially out west, there's a lot of state and county road properties that are, I call them 55-mile-an-hour dirt roads, not paved.
Where there's not a lot of gravel.
No, you can go 55 on a dirt road.
Right.
Really
and not
year-round.
Destroy your car.
Yeah.
In a real car. Because I want to be specific with this, because people are like, okay, everybody has a different version of drive-up access. Some people think drive-up access is curbs and a driveway.
Oh, geez, not that.
So that's what I want to clarify. So the point of the show is there's a lot of people right now that are considering rural vacant land because they want to get the heck out, right? We have virus stuff going on, and they don't need to be in that city anymore. Now they can. They've all tested it and figured it out that I can work for my company. They sent me home. We're now talking long term. Then why am I going to pay for this mortgage? Why am I going to pay to be in the city? My kids are being homeschooled right now too, by the way. We don't have to be here. We have all these more options. So we land people are all talking to these people now, and they're going, what's out there? So what I want you to think about is, they don't have 4-wheel drive, and you need to kind of properly paint the picture and let them know really what's possible. So, and I want to ask you, I want to talk with you. So drive up access to them, when you say sure has drive up access, we land people think I even think of it sometimes it's a dirt road. Me, drive up access is I don't need an ATV, or I don't necessarily need 4-wheel drive. Because if I do need 4-wheel drive, I let them know, do you have 4-wheel drive and a GPS when we all have GPS on our phone, but do you have 4-wheel drive, to get out there? And then because those buyers are going to go, there's 2 buyers. Some will go, I don't. Or the hunters and the, people that really want to be out there are going to go, yes, good. That's going to keep my mother-in-law out. It's going to keep my friends out, whatever.
Keep the
virus people out. I don't want those people coming up. Heck, the mailman can't even get to me. This is great. He's going to have to, I'm going to get a P.O. box because the mailman can't find me. I love this. So you've got to, properly convey what it is and jump in here.
Drive up access means you can drive right up to it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean you can drive right up to it in a Pinto.
Right.
Pinto? In a car that's famously doesn't work and it's 2-wheel drive. Or really, in Pinto's case, 1-wheel drive.
How about Prius? Let's use Prius. Prius. We should probably do Prius access or non-Prius access. So that would be good.
There's Prius access. Mm-hmm. There's Ford F-150 access.
Right.
That's a little bit more rough.
Polaris access.
There's Ford F-450 access.
Okay.
That's really rough. And then there's monster truck access, which is,
Jeep.
Yeah.
Jeep, Polaris. I'm like thinking.
You want Prius access right now.
Right. If you can. But it doesn't have to be. I mean, I just want to make sure that you just need to, I think with us, with land people, we have to just properly convey it. I would actually even put it in the posting, really put it in there, like what you need now to get to this property. Because you don't want to waste anybody's time. You don't want to waste your time. Have someone in their Prius going out there. They're
Yeah.
Prius from San Francisco going to look at this property, and they can't get to it. You want to make sure they can.
If that's your customer for rural vacant land, you have to ask yourself some questions.
But it's happening. And what I want to say too is, so not only we have these new customers, right? They don't have 4-wheel drive, but they have a bit to learn. So I want to add too that it's a little bit difficult for some of us right now as land people, because we have to up our patience level. And this is another reason why this is another reason why we don't allow Steven to answer the phone.
Thank you for answering the phone.
You're welcome.
I can't thank you enough.
Steven is not allowed near the phone.
For 100 years, if I said it every day,
we could have 10 phones ringing and people answering left and right, and Steven is still not allowed to touch any phones.
I couldn't thank you enough if I said it every
You're
day
welcome.
for 100 years.
Because we do have people. So I'm just now thinking of this too. You might want to change your listings a little bit. Just make sure you're in the mindset of, who's my buyer right now? It used to be the majority of our buyers were wholesale people, land people, investors in our business, right? That's for us has been our customer forever. Because the other buyers, they were very few and far between. And those that did get to us, they've done their homework. You know, they know they're kind of seasons. Now we're seeing a lot of people that their minds are now open to this whole thing, like I described earlier. So, but they don't know what they're getting into. So it's your job to take your postings to a little bit to the next level, because it'll save you a lot of time. The more you put in your postings that spells out what the property is really there, what they need to be thinking about, instead of just saying, no utilities, maybe have a few suggestions in there, maybe have a few links in there, even if it's just to the county website, because it'll save you some time from them calling you and going, what does that mean and how do I solve it?
Usability is what I'm getting at here.
Right.
For years and years and years, 25 years, we were selling property to people to other people who are probably going to resell it, or non-use people who aren't going to really use the property. Now more than ever, they're looking at this real estate saying, you know what, I'm going to use this. Mm-hmm. I might build on it. I might put a mobile home on it, but I am going to get out of this city because of what Jill said earlier. There's no reason for me to be here anymore.
Yep.
My cost of living is silly.
Yep.
I can go live out there for next to nothing and have a happy life and not have all this stress and make the exact same amount of money as long as I have an internet connection.
I do know what I just think is funny. All the people that, are not in the cities, have been out in the woods, and are now going, yep, told you so. Now you wish you were with me, right? Not had a bunch of neighbors. For all you people who lived in downtown, whatever, that thought I was nuts to be on my 20-acre ranch, you're now going, don't you wish you had this?
So I grew up in Michigan, and so I obviously talk to people, and we talk to people all over the country constantly, Jill and I, because of Land Academy and everything else. And I've never, not once, ever heard this sentence out of someone's mouth. Oh, you live in Los Angeles? Congratulations, man. I bet you love it there. I've always wanted to live in LA.
That's true.
It's the exact opposite. And they're not wrong.
True. Yep.
I can talk about these shows with confidence because I'm one of these people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure this is worth it anymore either. All my companies are all online. What are we doing?
That's another show that we need to talk about as a family first.
It's called it's called couples therapy.
Exactly. Oh boy, I don't want to hear "I told you so" again. Happy you could join us today. I won't say "I told you so" to you. The Land Academy, or excuse me, you can find us right here on the Land Academy Show every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we are next door on the House Academy Show.
Tomorrow, the episode on the House Academy Show is called A Step-by-Step Instruction on How to Double Your House Money in This Environment. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
That's going to be good.
Yeah.
I like it. That's funny. Thank you, baby, for not rubbing it in too much.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
You know what? Now, you've earned it, Jill. I know you want to live here, and it's fine. And that's the truth of it. But as far as forever goes, probably not. But we all, this is just another kitchen conversation for you and I.
It is.
You just
Things
happen to
change.
be in front of the camera.
Exactly. We all know that. Things change. Especially, it's interesting now. For a lot of us, it's not voluntary. These are forced changes. And so you have to adapt and make the best of it, as we all are. The Land Academy show remains commercial free for you, our loyal listener. So wherever you're watching or wherever you're listening, please subscribe and rate us there.
We're Steve and Jill. Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.